help him get that moment. He helped me get that moment. I couldn't believe it. He did some weird shit, man. You're weird for life, man. You can't come back from weird shit. Maybe I should send this to Jay.
Fame and success doesn't necessarily take that away.
Yeah.
It's like you're still just as connected to your roots and where you came from.
I'm mustard. I'm a man of many talents. But at the end of the day, man, I'm from California. My loyalty was always lying in California. I damn near shed a tear. It was too much going on. We was the line with it. We fine.
I'm also going to whoop my ass in tennis real quick. Mustard.
Yeah.
Every 10 years, man, we gotta do this, man.
Every 10, man.
So the to me the key line of this historic Drake-Kendrick battle was sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
Yeah.
And obviously Kendrick was his sentiment.
Yeah.
But I think it also applies to you, man. You've been kind of low these last couple of years, man.
Yeah, man. I've just been in the studio, going through life, normal life stuff.
Yeah.
Taking on new hobbies. As you can see, we in the Thunderdome. That's what I call this place. It's my sanctuary.
The Thunderdome.
Yeah.
So if people that don't know, Mustard is taking on tennis. You're a tennis champion right now. What's going on with you?
I'm almost a pro.
You really want to take it to that level?
Yeah, I don't think it's nothing I can't do.
Yeah.
I think I can do anything, so I might go on tour or something one day.
So it's not just for weight. I know you're serious about your fitness and weight loss, but it's become even more than that. It's like a real passion of yours.
Yeah, no, that's a passion. I love it. I play every day, sometimes twice a day. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I found a liking and started loving it.
Yeah. How did it start?
I think Ella was playing first.
Ella Mai?
Yeah, Ella was playing. I pulled up on them, met Shayna, she's my coach, and I just kept going every day. I'm like, with anything that I do though, I'm like,
you doing 2 a days, like that's
yeah, I'm just like, I don't really like running so much, so I don't like the treadmill or stuff like that. So it's definitely a better way to get my cardio. I get more cardio on the tennis court than I would running anyway. So
more calories. So when did you realize you loved the game? I heard you have a very strong is that what? Yeah. Think about having a good forehands and stuff.
I'm pretty elite, man. I want to toot my own horn, but
so who do you beat up on this court, man? Who do you play?
I got a gang of friends. I play with my coach every day, though, but I got a gang. It's like a whole community. When you start getting into the tennis stuff, you start noticing so many people play that you would have never probably even met, I beat up on Miko a lot. He quit, so he don't really play no more.
That's your manager, right?
Yeah, he don't really play no more. Ella, she do what she can when she can. All my friends, I just got too good.
So what's the strongest part of your game right now, and what are you working on the most? What's the strongest and the weakest?
I think my game is just strong overall, man.
The serve is special?
The service, I can do it. I can have a little work on my serve. But,
okay.
I can hold a rally. It's nothing I can't do.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything I can't do.
But I admire you with this weight journey, man. When we first got to get 10 years ago, you obviously was bigger in size. I remember you had told me, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but your main motivation was you had started making this paper and you couldn't get a lot of fly, high fashion shit the way you wanted.
I always look back at when I used to say stuff like that. It's but that is true. I definitely want to. I love clothes and fashion and being able to go in stores and buy what I want. And I think at that weight, ultimately, as I'm 34 years old now, I think the right answer is I just want to be in shape. I want to be healthy. I got kids.
Exactly.
I want to be here for a long time.
Absolutely.
So you got to take care of your body, but for the most part, I do want to look good when I'm putting on clothes. That's
both things could be true. Both things could be true.
Yeah, they both.
But as you get older, it makes you even more cognizant that you have to stay in good shape.
1000%. And I'm a hypochondriac, man. So if I got a cut right now, I probably would be like, it might be infected. I need to go to the hospital. Something like that. So I'm kind of like.
You be using that health insurance. You don't play.
Yeah, I don't play. I got doctors on speed dial, ready at any moment. So.
Also, man, you don't do the cheat code, man. There's a lot of Ozempic and all these waves, man.
Nah, man.
You do hard work, man. Blood, sweat, and tears.
I'm a hypochondriac, bro. So it's like me being a hypochondriac. I'd probably panic.
Yeah.
I'll be in the hospital every day for nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm cool, and I fluctuate, man. Sometimes right now, 2 weeks ago, I was a week and a half ago, I was 243.
Yeah.
And when I get really focused right now, I'm 233. If I see you in 2 weeks, I'll probably be 223.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking it day by day and not treating it like some fast thing. It's more of a lifestyle for me at this point.
Was there an ideal weight for you?
I mean, I got to 204 and I felt like I looked a little too skinny, but now I wish I was still 204.
Okay.
So I think 204 is probably like my 200 is my ideal weight. My doctor told me to get to 190, and I'm just like, what? But I think 200 solid weight for me.
But tennis helps, man.
Yeah.
Get back to the music again. You putting your weight in the game, man. It's like I think you had said obviously this will start like Not Like Us. You said you heard the record when all of us heard the record.
Yeah.
I think you said you was on the freeway.
On the freeway, and my manager sent it to me, and I was just like, I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sending that dude 5 beats a day over and over, being persistent. And I was just like, man, like, this is what hard work is. This is what, you know, it's like, I'm super grateful, but I'm not surprised. I know what work I put in when nobody was looking, having that integrity, doing the right thing when nobody's even paying attention to you, when you got other people that's super great in the game, going crazy. Metro's having an amazing run.
Shout out Metro Boomin,
amazing run. You know, you got stuff like that going on. It's easy for you to, you know, look over and be like, man, okay, what am I doing wrong? You know, but me, I'm just, you know, I'm head
So did that
down.
like respectfully lit a little bit of a competitive fire, you think, for you?
Yeah, I think everybody, I don't, you know, I'm ultimately competing with myself, but of course, you know, I do music. I want to be the best. I ain't, nothing about me want to be second to nobody.
Yeah.
You know, so I always am striving to be the best, and my head's always down and respect to what everybody else is doing, but, you know, I'm here to be number one. I've been here to be number one.
But when did it click? What attracted you to say, you know, you obviously one of the greatest producers from the West Coast. He's one of the greatest rappers of the West Coast. Did you feel it was just time to hear Kendrick over a Mustard track? Like, why were you so persistent in trying to get a placement?
Why was I so persistent? One, you know, this is before the old beef and all that shit, but for the most part, it's just like, man, like, that's Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
You know, like, I always wanted to do a song with him. You know what I'm saying? I never got a chance to do a song with him. And I guess I blame it on timing. I guess at that time, it was just like, I'm glad I never did one. You know, I'm glad this is the reason, you know, because I think now, when I think about it, is if I would have done it before, it wouldn't have been as special now.
Yeah.
You know, so I think, shit, it was the perfect time.
Yeah. How did you hear when you obviously you have one of the most famous tags in history, Mustard on the B-Ho. He literally repeats it as he starts the song.
Man, I was thinking, I had conversations. Obviously, we all talking, not me and him, I'm saying, like, everybody in the world. We all are talking when it's this beef or this back and forth is going on. So we all talking, you know, I'm talking to my homeboy, I'm talking to my girl. I'm just like, man, like, if I get a Kendrick, if I get some, especially if he leave my tag, you know, 'cause I knew I was already sending them beats, you know what I'm saying? Before the beef shit. I knew I was already sending them beats. So I'm just like, I pray that he just end up scrolling past one of my beats and just like, let me gas this up, let me do something different. And then in my mind, I'm just like, man, I hope he leave the tag if he ever does it. And for him to come back and say it, I was just like, I couldn't, you know, it's like, you can't buy nothing like that. That type of promotion is just like made the whole Mustard on the Beat tag a thing again. You know, it made people be like, I forgot all the songs he did. You know, it's so super easy
Rack
now.
City.
It's easy now to like forget. You know, there's so much going on. It's just like, you'll forget.
A lot of platinum plaques right there.
It's a lot, man.
And that's when YG I'm Good, right? Like, how did that become your signature tag?
I mean, man, I never was no thought into it. I never thought that hard into it. I just remember when I used to be making beats at YG House, he said it on one of the songs. He had a producer tag for another producer in LA the same way. But he did that, and I took it off that song and I just put it on every song. I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is gonna be promotion or this is gonna be. I was like, that's my signature. That's how you gonna know it's my beat. I was never thinking like, this is gonna be this. I never thought that. It was, you know, it just happened like that.
So when you hear Not Like Us in the car and you're going crazy in the freeway, like, how you feeling about the lyrical content? Like, how you connected to his pockets and the record, what he's saying on the record? Like, what was your initial thoughts when you
My initial thoughts was, damn, he gassed. Like, he's going crazy. And I'm like, it's 3 verses on here? He got a lot to say, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, how did he put these together? And for a long time, not even for a long time, like 2 weeks, I was still dissecting.
Yeah.
You know, even like, he a fan. I'm like, what is, you know, I'm thinking he's just saying a fan. He's like, no, freaky ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that whole wordplay was just like, damn, this is some, you know, this is crazy. And I was just like, super like stoked and just like, wow. I'm super grateful too at the same time.
Was there any reaction to sort of the controversial content in it? Did it make you feel away, or were you any concerned about it?
Nah, it didn't make me feel no way. It made me feel no way. It's a battle, man.
Well, it's interesting because obviously Alchemist, he took his beat. He didn't know about Meet the Grams.
Yeah.
He made the record. He took your beat.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like as a producer, like you can get. Do you feel like you get caught in the beef of it, or it doesn't matter to you at this point? It's just like the track is the track.
Man, I'm at the end of the day, man. I'm from California. My loyalty is gonna always lie with California, no matter what. I don't give a damn who we going against.
Yeah.
You know, I'm with us. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I can't depend on none of these other cities to rep me like California gonna rep me. They gonna champion me as a champion I am for my city. So, you know, is it a thing? I don't know. Do I care? No. I'm from here. You know, Compton is. I just seen a tweet earlier today where it was like, LA is LA, Long Beach is Long Beach, Compton is Compton, South Central is South Central, but we'll all beat your ass together, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I'm with us. You know, I mean, by default, I'm with us. You know, I was raised like that. Like, you come in here with your people, you leave out of here with your people.
And do you feel like, because Kendrick hints at it sometimes that the West Coast feels like they may not get their due respect or feel like they're like battling the overall game. Do you feel that at times? Especially like when you were like, quote unquote, first running with your first reign of terror as like the hottest producer.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. That line, when I feel like niggas don't like the West Coast, I'm fine with it. I'll push a line with it. Like, that's how we all feel. Like, you don't gotta like us. You gonna respect it.
Yeah.
No matter what. You don't gotta like us though. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. We push the line with it. We fine.
Why do you think it's sometimes there is a kind of a tension or adversarial kind of just on the music front? Like, what do you think it is? I just think
because we got the gang politics. We got gang banging, you know, and a lot of people don't understand that culture. Like, they don't understand, like, people, family members didn't die. Why it's so serious to us. Why, you know, the politics is a thing. Like, they don't understand it, so it's not for them to understand. You ain't from here, so you know, just like in Atlanta, I probably wouldn't understand, or in New York, I might not understand what they understand the way they understand it. So it's like, I think for us, it's like we are always looked at like, oh, them come gangbanging niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas crazy, but you know, it's shit. We was born like, we was raised like this.
And then Shockley with Not Like Us is your first #1 record across the board. Yeah. I mean, sure you didn't expect that. Like, how did you receive that? Did you celebrate? Like,
man, you know what's crazy, bro? I waited a whole week. I was all week. I'm like, man, if this go #1, I'm seeing prediction, you know, like the predictions on Twitter. I'm like, man, if this go #1, I'm gonna be woo. And I just kept thinking. I remember I found out it was #1 on the tennis court. I was just like, wow. And I was just like, that Miko called me, Noah called me, and they were just like, yeah. And I was just like, at that moment is where I was like, man, this is the biggest song of my career. Yeah. You know, it's not just a battle record. That shit is so far from that. Like, it's like, that's one part of it, but like, I don't think people understand how serious this was. Like, that pop-out show, that people going on that stage, I don't think nobody gets like how important it was. That's so much less of the beef shit, but like, these are gangs that like people's family members has died about. You know, these guys are on the same stage and like having fun, and nobody's like, nigga, where you from? Like, I don't think nobody got banged on that day. And that's rare for anywhere in LA. Like, you didn't get banged, where you from, nigga? Like, that type of thing. Yeah. I don't think nobody got banged on. I don't think nobody looked at nobody the wrong way. I think it was all love, and I think that's what makes it so much bigger than what anybody thinks. Yeah. Like, you know, we lost Nip to gangbanging. We lost Kobe. You know what I'm saying? It's been dark. So for that to be like that, it's definitely different.
So when you got the call that not only you got this #1 record, and then now all of a sudden Ken and Friends is going to do a show. Yeah. And not only DJ Head gets the call, you get the call. Yeah. You're going to have your own DJ set in it. Like, how did that come about?
Man, when they said they was doing the show, I think Miko just called me like, hey man, they doing a pop-out show. I'm trying to, of course, bring you out. I didn't even know it was a DJ set at first. I'm like, I'm gonna just come out. I'm like, are they gonna do
Not Like Us?
Like us? Like, is that gonna? I hope you bring me out for it, you know, that type of thing. But I was just I was ecstatic, like shit. We need this. It's gonna be fire, and Lord and behold, that shit was amazing.
So how did you coordinate? Did you know what guests you were gonna bring out?
You know, I felt like people already knew I was gonna bring out the YGs, the Roddies, Ty. You know, I think
guys you made smashes with.
Yeah, like my normal gang. You know, but I think the curveball was like a Steve Lacy and a Tyler. Yeah. Or like even like Dom. And I have records with Dom, but like, though I wanted to like kind of curate something that was just like unforgettable and people to see the unity. And it's like, it doesn't matter. Like literally what I just told you, Compton, LA, fucking Hollywood is Hollywood, but together we'll all come together and just like, it just can be a beautiful
Any problems
thing.
is our problems.
Yeah, it's our problems together, and we all from California. And the same with the Bay. It was an LA thing that day, but even with the Bay, it's like we all together at the end of the day. The Bay to LA, all that shit is the same shit to us.
Yeah, one of the loudest pops of the night was bringing Tyler out. Like I spoke to DJ Head about how like he even felt like the West Coast didn't always embrace Tyler at first. You know, his controversial image in the beginning, but now it seems like he's earned everybody's respect.
And Tyler's one of our GOATs, man. Like he's definitely earned everybody's respect and definitely put on for us. You know what I'm saying? In a different way and in a different space. You know what I'm saying? That some people didn't catch on to it fast. You know what I'm saying? Some people didn't understand it, but he knew what he was doing. He put his head down and he kept going. And now what can you say to him? It's just like...
Did it feel good to kind of help him get that moment?
I didn't help him get that moment. He helped me get that moment. Shit, that's Tyler Creator at the end of the day. It's like, shit, thank you. And I told him, thank you. I don't know if you see it on stage. I'm like, thank you. Nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he knows exactly who he is, and I fuck with him because of that. So it's like, that wasn't the moment I helped him get. That was the moment he helped me get, and I think that was good for LA. You know what I'm saying? He's from here, man. That nigga's born and raised. He went to Westchester. Like Westchester High, like down the street from my middle school. Like he's really a LA nigga. Like, really crazy.
So how's it feel to do your set, right? And did you feel it went as you wanted it to go? And then now you, like everybody else, is excited to see Kendrick come out and see what Kendrick does, right?
Man, I was under that stage having a full-on panic attack, bro. I was hot as hell. I had on this fucking leather jacket. I'm under the
You did have a crazy leather on.
Oh, yeah, I had to commit, though. My sister was like, take the jacket off, take the jacket off. I was like, no, I'm going to commit to this jacket. And I came off the stage.
High fashion, man. It goes back to high fashion.
I got to commit, man. I committed. So I was just nervous. I'm like, man, I don't know why I was that nervous, because I know I'm in my backyard. I know
before you went on? Or
before I went on.
Oh, before you went on.
Yeah, and I was just hoping that everything went the right way. I was hoping that, you know, it just, everybody accepted it well. And, you know, this is what I do. Like, I love, like, DJing. I love, like, I've been DJing since I was 12. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to do this on a big stage like that.
You took the DJ off the name, but you still DJ.
Yeah, no, I'm a DJ though. You know, like I'm Mustard. I'm a man of many talents. But I'm
in
a
your
DJ
core,
first,
DJ
you know
Mustard.
Yeah,
Bust
so,
your ass at the set.
That's how I came in this. So I just treated it. I know when I was standing in front of a fog machine because it had a little bit of air.
Okay.
So I'm just like
trying to soak it all in.
So when I finally came up, I was like, all right, it was cool. So I think everything worked out the way I envisioned it to work out.
Yeah. And then you still got your moment on stage with Kendrick when he brought everybody up.
Yeah.
How did it feel to like be like on stage with him performing the record?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I seen Dre intro the record, I was already fanned out, losing it on the side of the stage.
So you didn't know that was coming?
I seen a sound check, but I didn't see him. I seen a sound check of Kendrick performing the song.
Okay.
About like them playing it.
Yep.
But Dre wasn't there. He didn't intro the song or anything like that. So I didn't think that was a thing. Like I was thinking like Dre gonna walk off, and Dre introducing that song was the highlight of my night for me, because like that's my OG, that's the GOAT, that's who I look to. Like as far as like this production shit and putting this city on their back and being the Compton Zato, like you know like the Beethoven, you know like that's who I looked up to.
Compton Beethoven.
Yeah, Compton Beethoven. I looked up to that nigga my whole life, man. So for him to intro a song of mine, it's like
it's so cool that he just walked off.
Yeah, and I'm saying when he got off stage, he walked. I was talking to him, and we have a relationship though. Like, I text him all the time and ask him for, you know, but that was like a moment that I was waiting for a long time. Yeah, it's like even the acknowledgement. He was like, "Man, good job." I love that. Like, and I was just like,
as your song's blasting,
as it's blasting, I'm just like, this shit's fire. But I'm down here with this nigga Dre right now. I'm talking, and just like call me tomorrow. I'm like, all right, bet. And it was just like, that made my night. And then of course didn't get no. So I woke up the next morning and I was just like,
felt like a dream.
What the fuck happened last night?
Felt like a dream.
It felt like a dream, man. Yeah. I seen Kyle Maddox say some shit like, man, if you didn't like shed a tear in there last night for all that shit that was going on, I'm just like, I damn near shed a tear. It was too much going on. Yeah. You gotta think about just like the atmosphere, the Bloods, Crips. I'm talking about niggas that I really keep saying that, but it's like these guys don't get along. Like we are in Inglewood. Like Inglewood is crazy. Inglewood is its own place. You know, I got homies that's from Inglewood, like families. Inglewood, like I'm seeing niggas from hundreds. They don't get along. Like I'm seeing,
you see people you know that
niggas
you know
from
they don't get along.
neighborhood. You seeing Bloods from LA. You seeing Bloods from Compton, Crips from Compton. Roddy's a Crip from Compton. You know, like that whole thing is just like I think it's just bigger than what anybody thinks or knows. You know, so for you to be from LA and see that type of shit and nothing happened after. Nothing happened before.
I was gonna say, what was the energy?
Nothing happened.
Do this great group pick, but it didn't fall apart after that.
Fall apart. Niggas met up the next 2 days later and did it again. It's fucking crazy, bro. It's like, damn, we got some real peaceful shit going on right now. This is amazing. Yeah, so it's cool.
What's also amazing is we're turning this into album time.
Yeah.
You gave us 2019, you gave us Perfect 10, Platinum Smash.
Yeah.
It's time for a mustard album again, your fourth album?
Yes, this is it. This is it. I've been working on it for 4 or 5 years now. I've beat myself up over it over and over. You know, and I've butchered a lot of songs that didn't make it, and I think I'm finally at the place where this is it. You know.
And it's Faithful Mustard Seed. Said Nipsey inspired it.
Yeah, Nipsey gave me that title when he was doing Perfect 10. As I started creating this album, I was making a whole nother album that I'm still probably gonna make. And I ended up doing a song for my mom. She's a big Luther Vandross fan. And at that moment, I was just like, this is too soft for the album that I'm making. And then I made a song with me rapping that I like fucking recorded 50,000 times. And I was just like, man, this is a little too vulnerable to make what I'm trying to make right now. Yeah. And that's how I came to one day thinking about the conversation I had with Nipsey, and I was just like, that's it, Faith of a Mustard Seed. Yeah. That's what this is gonna be called. And I thought about my life and what I'm going through and what I've been going through for the last 5 years of my life, and I was just like, man, I got all the way this far by having faith in myself. You know, I didn't know that the Not Like Us was gonna come out and give me the rollout that I didn't need, that I needed. You know? I didn't know anything was gonna happen the way that it happened, but by the faith, I was okay, and I'm doing exactly what I thought of and I envisioned. Yeah. So that faith must it's a Bible term, and what does it mean to you? What it means to me is exactly what it means in the Bible. God said, "With the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains." When you think about where I come from, like the jungles, it's like Training Day. You know Training Day? Yeah. That place is where I was. Yeah, it's one way in, one way out. That place. I went to Dorsey High School. That place is like we don't have a lot of people that didn't made it out of there. You know, so in my mind, when I see that, and I'm like, God said, "With the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains." It's like I probably moved all the mountains in front of me that I could possibly move. I'm still moving mountains. You know what I'm saying? Like having just with a little bit of faith, I'm like, man, I could be the biggest DJ in the world. And that went from I could be the biggest producer in the world. And that went from I could be the biggest label exec in the world, or I could be the biggest, I could do anything. I could be the tennis player. I could be whatever, you know, just having the faith in yourself. And I think that when I thought that through and I thought about what was going on in my life or, you know, things that happened to me, I was just like, I still got faith. I'm cool. You know, like I just feel straight. Yeah. Is there set goals with the album? Like, what does success look like for you? Success for me, man, I think success is subjective to anybody. You know, you some people want to sell 1 million records. Some people, you know, I remember an interview you did with Hov, and he was just like, man, do you want to be, what did he say? Do you want to be hot right now, or do you want to be like Wild Florida, you around for a long time? You know, that whole thing. And I remember seeing that, and I was just like, man, I just want to be the guy that's around forever. Yeah. No matter what. And it's like, you see the lady that was on Instagram and she was like, we need a mustard resurgent right now. The biggest thing from the Drake and Kendrick beef is we need a mustard. We need to feel good again. And I was like, dang, that's great that she thought about me like that, because that's how I want to be thought about. I want people to be like, man, I want to feel good. I want to hear some mustard stuff. I want to feel like it's summertime. You know, that whole thing. So, yeah. You said the record about your mother was the anchor. Why did you want to make a record dedicated to your mother? My mom, man. My mom is crazy. If you meet my mom, she's in the house, but if you meet my mom, she's just like, boy, make something for me. I love, she called Kendrick Kenny. You know, I love Kenny now. You know, I love him. She loved Ty and she loved Charlie Wilson. She really loved Luther Vandross. I remember driving to school one day and my sister is driving me to school. We're listening to the radio. Luther Vandross is on the radio station. And my mom somehow gets in, wins some tickets, and she's like screaming and that's a kid memory of mine that I'll never forget. And she
want
always
tickets to Luther concert?
I don't think she won tickets. She was just geeked out to talk to him.
Oh,
He was
okay.
like, oh, I love you, man. She's like, I love you so much. He's like, I love you too. And I think that made her day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I always remember that as a kid. And she always said, like, man, one day I'm gonna make a song that my mom would like, and any mom that would like, and be like, oh, I like this. It's a nice song. Yeah. So, and she loved Ty. So I was like, Ty
doing this. Yeah.
Sing
How do you feel? Because obviously he knows her.
Yeah, he knows. Go sing something. And, I listened to the concerts for him with Ty, like Ty concerts and stuff. Like, so I thought that'd be a great thing for my mom.
How did she feel when you played it for her?
I haven't played it for her yet.
She hasn't heard it yet?
She hasn't heard it yet.
Wow.
I haven't played it for her yet.
Does she know it's coming?
I don't even, she knows she's talking on the album.
Yeah.
She hasn't heard that either, so she hasn't heard anything.
So you're just gonna wait till it comes out then?
I'll probably, I don't know yet. It's just like me and my mom, my sister. It's always been me and my mom, my sister.
Yeah.
My dad got deported at a young age to Jamaica, and my uncle was like my father figure, so it's always been us three. So I don't know if I want to like sit them down and play it, or I want to let them hear it on their own. I don't know. She always texts me when the Not Like Us came out. After I performed that stage, she's like, I told you that Grammy coming. It's coming, that Grammy. You're going to get that Grammy. Telling you, glory be to God, you're going to get that Grammy. I was like, all right, Mom.
You got one with Roddy, right?
I got one with Ella.
Oh, Ella?
Yeah, my first Grammy.
The Boot Up?
Only Grammy is Boot Up, yeah.
Wow.
As of right now. I hope. Yeah, let's pray.
That's dope. But just this on, I'm like, this album is very personal in a lot of ways, right? And very sequenced, well sequenced, and like, what is in terms of the musicality? What do you think the story and the arc is you telling in this album?
I think the album is about just being a kid from LA that didn't gangbang, that is attached to it because you got family members and friends that gangbang, but you didn't gangbang, and just. I wanted to feel nostalgic to anybody from LA. So if you went to Dorsey or you went to Crenshaw or Hollywood High, you will be able to relate to this and be like, oh, okay. Like I'm talking about the 7 to 7 in there. If you're from LA, you know about the World on Wheels 7 to 7. You know the skater ring. I'm talking about niggas cupcaking with their girl. You in high school, you know. I'm asking my mom, can I go to the 7 to 7 with my homeboy? And she's like, not if you don't clean up that motherfucking room. That whole thing is like.
Those are real experiences.
That's real experience. And
a lot of LA kids can relate to.
Yeah, and I feel like any kid can relate to like asking your mom to go somewhere, like clean your room up. That whole thing of like, I wish you knew them words. I wish you know them words. Them grades is as good as you know that song. That whole thing. So I think it's literally just about nostalgia, making like feeling like, dang, I remember that. Every song on this album is like a feeling. I want you to feel like, even the song with Vince and Schoolboy is just to make you feel like you in LA in a hood somewhere. And it's just something a feeling. Like even the song for Mom is a feeling. You feel like, oh, this is really nice. Or maybe the song with Future is like, oh man, this feels a way. Every song was made with intention and to make you feel some type of way about here or wherever you at in life or was at in life at that time.
I want to talk about the Future one because I feel like it sets up an awesome 1-2 punch of love and relationships, the highs and the lows, right? Mine's Future's on that, I think with Ty, Charlie Wilson. And then you got One Bad Decision, Ella Mai and Roddy Ricch. Talk about that sequencing of those songs.
I think those, like my album is like in sections. I would say like the first couple songs just turn like ratchet, ignorant shit. And then you get into Song for Mom where it's like kind of slow, you end up in the skating ring, it feels like nostalgic and just like a good feeling. And then you get into with Blast and I feel like in my mind it's like you at the skating ring. This is when you at the skating ring, they might say, I need OG skaters or backward skaters. And this is for some people that know how to skate. This ain't for if you got rental skates. If you know how to this song is for you.
Only the professionals.
Only the professionals.
You don't respect the rental skaters?
I do respect them. I do respect them. But there's a time that they have to get off the floor.
Okay, gotcha.
And this
they're opening acts. It's prime time.
Yeah, this is the time for the real skaters. And then you get to Roddy. And I feel like me and Roddy's chemistry when we do music is just always good. But how I get to Future is just like, man, I love Future Hendrix. Like, those are like my favorite. Like, Future singing, bruh. It's like, I don't know, it's just fire. Like, it's just so tight to me. Like, I love the turn shit too.
So you still don't trust you person, not a trust you person.
I like them both. But I like still don't trust you a little bit more because he just, like, I just feel like he putting his soul into it, you know what I'm saying?
That's your favorite Future.
Yeah, that's my favorite Future. And I just like, man, he did a couple songs for the album and I was just like, at the last minute, I'm like, bro, can you please just do this song? He's like, bro, you always tell me, Because I always tell him, this gonna be the one, this gonna be the one. And he's just like, bro, you always tell me this gonna be the one. Just take the song that you like and be good with it. But so he ends up doing it, and it turned out the way that I envisioned.
Yeah.
And it's just like a slow jam. I feel like we're missing those right now. We don't have slow jams that we can put on. It's just like, oh, I love this. This like make me feel good, or I'm with my girl and I just want to ride down PCH or wherever. We don't have none of those like that. So, and that's how One Bad Decision came. It's Wyclef, Mary, 911. It's like that flip. I haven't heard anybody do it. You know what I'm saying? And it was like always been an idea of mine in the back of my head. I just never could execute it. I didn't have nobody to execute it with at the time. And I was like, Roddy and Ella would kind of murder this, and they murdered it. They did their thing.
Ella went crazy.
Yeah, they went wild, right?
Loading the rounds, man. Come on, man.
Got to.
Why did you have to rap on this album, man? And you say you took a long time with it?
I took a long time with it, man. Like, I go on walks every day. So I remember I had another song where I was rapping, and I was like, man, I want to send this to like a rapper that could tell me what if it would be good. And it was like, oh, maybe I'll send it to Drake. I don't have a relationship with Drake like that, but I had his number at one point in time, and I was like, maybe I'll send this to Drake. And obviously it was before this shit. So maybe I should send this to Drake. And I was like, nah, he probably won't answer. I don't really have that relationship with him. And then I was like, maybe Meek, and I was like, nah. And I just wanted somebody to give me their honest opinion. And like I thought about this, I talk to Hov a lot. Like, you know, and I'm just like, let me send this to Hov. So I send it to him. I'm like, if he says I sound a little bit of good, I'm running. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm going.
Just a little bit.
So I text him. I'm like, look, man, I'm not sending you this for you to tell me not to do it. I'm going regardless.
Okay.
I'm going for it regardless. So this is not about you gonna say no. I'm not on that. Tell me what I need to fix and how I can make myself better, because I want to get this point across. And he was like, surprisingly, man, I don't have no critiques on how you sound. That was all I needed to hear. What? Yes. You know, it was like, so he was like, but you talking about some bullshit though, because there was a whole nother song.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can respect that, because I was talking about some shit that didn't even matter. It was like some Twitter shit. Like, he was like, talk about real shit. Talk about shit that you really went through. Talk about shit that means something to you, and less of, these people on the internet don't know you. This is not that's not real.
It sounded reactive.
Yeah, it's like you talking about shit that people don't even know. You explaining yourself to people that don't know you. And I learned through this process, like, it's a lot of people that don't actually know me. You don't know me. You see this shit on the internet and you believe one side of things, or you may believe some shit that just has nothing to do with who I am as a person and how I walk a life every day. So when he said that, I was just like, all right, cool. And I went in the studio and I started thinking about what mattered to me, what bothered me in these last 5 years. What could I have said? What can I say that would, like, I would hear in 10 years and be like, okay, that was well said, And Jason Cash, you know who Jason Cash is? Jason Cash is a rapper from LA. Fuzzy.
Yeah, of course.
Fuzzy's artist. I don't know if they still, but cool. I called him because I really respect his pen. I thought it was like, so I'm like, man, can you please, come help? I did a song with him, but I was just like, hey, I want you to come help me. I ain't never did this before. I can hold it to him. Make sure the cadence is right. Yeah, make sure my cadence is right. Be my coach at this point. I don't have an ego when it comes to like collaborating on anything. Beats,
produce me.
Show me if you a penman. You got it. And he's like, all right, bet. So I was like, he sat there and he's like, what's going on? This and that. And we just back and forth. Nah, don't say it like that. Say it like this. And I'm like, all right. And I still didn't like it. It's like, hearing myself was like, nah, I don't. So I recorded that shit like 100 times, bro. And finally got to a place where I was just like, all right, fuck it. Like, it is what it is. I can't make it any better than what I was gonna make it. And then I noticed that another thing in my life, and I was talking to a couple of people when I was playing on this song, I wouldn't play it in front of nobody. I wouldn't sit and, like, if I was here with you right now, I'd be like, hey, listen to this, E. I'm gonna walk out, because I was like nervous, you know? And then I noticed, it's like, man, every time that anything that was important to me that I was nervous about was a big thing, and it was an important thing. It's growth. It's growth. And you think about like going to school, your first day going to school. You check in. You going to 6th grade. You coming from the 5th, or you going to 9th grade and you coming from the 8th. You are nervous. When you're having a kid, you are nervous. When you are any type of uncomfortable, you're nervous,
Yeah.
you know. And I thought that he's like, you know what, that's what this is. I'm just a little nervous because I've never done it before, but that doesn't mean I don't want to go to where I need to go.
Yeah.
And I end up sending it to Hove after it's done. He's like, man, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think I texted him back, like he had a line in a Jay Electronica song, like, are you scared of heights? And I'm like, I'm not afraid of heights. You know, like, that's my thing. Like, I'm ready to go as far as I can go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I thought that, you know, sorry for the long-winded thing, but
No.
I thought that, you know, fans needed to hear from me instead of like, you know, I can only tell YG so much or somebody so much to talk about my life, or even Ty to sing it to my mom. You know, I can't sing like Ty, but I can only tell him so much. You know, if I could sing it, I would sing it. But, you know, I think the whole point of that was just like, you guys can hear from me. And, you know, it's easy to make a beat.
Yeah.
Not easy easy for me to make a beat, but like.
But in a lot of ways, also, you probably felt that record has to be the completion of the album.
Yeah. I thought that was like my last call.
Yeah.
When you think about Kanye's last call, I love that song so much, and I was just like, man, if I ever did a song, I'm not gonna rap so ratchet or no crazy shit. I want to say some real shit that the kids from where I come from hear it and be like, man, he wasn't scared to do this, and he did it. And even hearing it from somebody else, like I'm sure the young journalists would come talk to you and be like, man, and hearing it from you means so much more to them than anybody. I know a kid right now that like, Elliott Wilson's the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? It's like, him hearing from you would just be like, that would make it so much more important. And I feel like any young producer kid that's out there that's in the jungles or fucking in the 60s or Compton, they hear this shit and be like, damn, I could do the same thing. Because literally I did the same thing and I came from where they come from.
I also think it's interesting, even having those artists, is like, you probably, right, Kanye was ready to tell his truth at that time. You probably wasn't at this point, but with all the success you have, that hasn't changed the essence of who you are, that you're still telling that story. That makes it even more connectable, because it's like, fame and success doesn't necessarily take that away. It's like you still just as connected to your roots and where you came from.
1000%. You still got to go through life just like everybody else. You still got to deal with the problems, the everything, just like everybody else. Nothing changes just because you get success or money or no shit like that.
Something doesn't change, man. You can't get rid of this YG guy, man. You going back just re-up free? You guys are going back together?
That guy's crazy.
He's your neighbor, man. I heard he gets in your nerves.
He's around the corner, man. Dude's around the corner. His daughters, we all live in like, this is like, his daughter comes to my house whenever she wants. Her and my daughter just like run us wild, I think.
Okay.
They run the shows around these parts.
They get rid of daddy under pressure?
They run the
you
shows.
think daddy's under pressure?
1000%. So
Well, what made you guys want to lock in? Because that's so much part of your legacy, right? The whole rap series.
I think we both understand, like, you know, people love that. People love what we do together. And that's just what it is. And I think that, you know, we gotta like keep it a tight knit on what we do when we do it. You know. But you know, it's like brothers. Like
you have your ups and downs, but
ups
you
and
got working.
nigga get on my nerves, I might get on his, you know. But at the end of the day, you know what you need to do, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be cool.
So you're delivering your great album, you're gonna deliver a great album, YG. What else you got planned this year, man? So are we staying out? You popping out? You staying out right now?
I'm staying out for a while. I think I've been going for a long time, so I'm already starting on some new shit. Definitely Ella stuff. I'm almost like, Ella stuff is almost halfway
What's going on
done.
with Ella, man? I mean, her personal life flourishing. What's back to the music? What's going on there?
Definitely, I think she's done. Like, well, we almost done, man. So I think like just sitting there with her, trying to get like, all right, what you want to talk about here? Or what you, but we have a lot of songs that we did that are really great. And you know, just letting her take her time, do her thing.
How proud are you with that contribution to
Ella is
situation?
one of my, besides my kids, one of my biggest accomplishments.
Bringing her voice to the world, bringing her artistry to the world.
Yeah, you know, it's like, she's like, it's like my little sister. It's like seeing somebody like that listen and be like, okay, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? And actually becoming who I thought she would always be. I'm not surprised, I'm grateful, but I'm not surprised from who she is. You know, I'm super proud of her. She's become who she wants. She's so frugal. I'm so happy that she doesn't spend any money. Like she's like the most frugal person I know. I'm just like, hey, what do you want to eat? Anything that's not expensive. You know, like something healthy and not expensive. Like she's like the most like, I don't even know, like she's like the model person. If I could model any artist that I have behind who she is and like how she carries herself and even like money wise and like holding on to
character.
Her character as a person and her integrity and doing the right thing is always on point. She's never did no faulty shit. She's never did nothing. Like I'm talking about, she's so real. She didn't told me shit that's like, hey, what you think? And I'm like, damn, you could have not told me that and it would have been okay. You know, and it's like, but she a real one. Like she's super loyal. I love Ella. Yeah.
So you work building other new artists, or
I got a Mirror right now. Mirror is really, really great. You should check her out.
Okay.
She's one of a kind. You also gotta meet her. Like if you meet her, you'll love her even more. Like Tenora's the lover, and she's like she's on the way. Super, like she's gonna be in front of everybody, and everybody gonna be like, wow, she just graduated high school. She's like super crazy though, super talented.
Yeah,
like she's really good.
So 10 Summers out here still moving strong.
Yeah, we still moving strong. Yes, we're still moving strong. I was gonna go into a whole other thing. You know what? I don't want to go into that. But
and you know I need you on that Roddy album. I know you're gonna be on the Roddy
I think me and Roddy working real close. We always work real close though.
Yeah.
Me and Roddy got so much heat in the stash. We just I don't know. I think what we've all learned in this whole thing is like timing.
Yeah.
Everything is about timing. And me and Roddy got albums of work, like albums with an S of fire.
Yeah.
You know, so when we drop it, I don't know, but of course, I always at least strive my best to get on one of the albums. You know, I'm always grateful.
Are you open to outside productions, outside of your camp, stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm always, like I said, man, I don't have an ego when it comes to this shit. I'm with whatever's the best, whatever's gonna get the job done. I could play a role, I could be a role player, I could be a starting player. You know, I ain't no ego when it comes to me. Only unless you do some weird shit to me. When you do some weird shit to me, you're exed, you know. But other than that,
then you gonna write a rap, bust your ass.
If you do some weird shit, then you're weird for life with me. You can't come back from weird shit. But other than that, I don't really have an ego, man. You know, everybody that's done something bad to me, it's nothing good came from it.
Well, I'm glad I never did no weird shit, else I would be sitting with you 10 years later.
Nah, we good.
Oh, now listen to your album before we go.
Yeah.
You done jacked my shit, man. The Crown Young Thug at the end, man. The interviews over there. Did you clear that, man?
You own it.
Did you clear it?
Hell no, we independent. We ain't clearing that shit.
God damn, man.
That was from you.
That's for me.
Yeah, we need to get some paperwork on that.
All right, let's get it going, man. For people that don't know, Young Thug's Crown. Very proud of the interview.
He said some real fire shit.
He said some real fire shit. He brought a gun out the time was crazy. It was like, but he says about putting people on.
Yeah.
I don't think it's what people expected from him, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't just all braggadocious. He talked about empowering other artists.
Yeah, but
so
that's
what made you snatch that part of it?
Because what he, like, that whole song, even the song being called Ghetto, it's like, us being like ghetto and just coming from the ghetto, it's like you don't see a lot of that. There's no helping hands like that. We come from nothing and then we start to, I don't even know what that is about us. I mean, certain people, everybody's not like that, but it's like, man, I know about 10 dudes that's in the music industry that has given their homie a job. The homie that does nothing, has nothing to offer, just like I'm being a real one, you know, that type of thing. And I think that Thug has always been, even, you know, since I've known him, even when he recorded the song and I was in the studio, it's 100 niggas in the studio. I'm like, bro, how are you doing this?
Yeah.
I can't even function around this many people. Like, it's just too much shit going on. There's no way I can pull out a computer, make a beat in front of all these people. This nigga's recording 10 songs a night with all these people in here, and everybody does something. Everybody's a rapper. It's like a rapper here, a rapper here. I'm moving. Hey, let me get some beats. I'm like, all right, like, you know, like, but it's fire because it's like I feel like that's how he stayed grounded, and he did put a lot of people on. Yeah. He did help everybody and gave them a look, and he always was solid. Like, he always been solid. Even with me, it's like he always was like a solid dude. He never did nothing strange, and I always respect him for that. And even, you know, this fucked up what he's going through.
Yeah, I hope he touchdowns soon. That looks like a mess.
God got him, and I think that, you know, good things happen to good people and bad things happen to bad people. He's not a bad person. Yeah, 1000% faith. Having that faith and knowing, you know, everything gonna be all right in the end. So I think it'll be good.
Now Mustard's gonna whoop my ass in tennis real quick.
Beat up on both of us. That's what he wants to do. Wow. Oh shit.
Hey. Okay, Mustard. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir, always.